In a small, forgotten town nestled deep within a forest, there was a house that no one dared to approach. The townsfolk whispered that it was cursed, but the true nature of the curse was a mystery that no one dared to uncover. One night, a young man named Mark, skeptical of such tales, decided to investigate the house. Armed with only a flashlight and his camera, he entered through the creaking front door. The inside was as expected: dust-covered furniture, peeling wallpaper, and an oppressive silence. As Mark explored, he noticed something peculiar about the house. Every room seemed to have a series of old, faded photographs hung on the walls. The photographs depicted families and couples in various poses, but the faces of the people were scratched out with a black, almost oily substance. He shuddered, but pressed on, convinced there was a rational explanation. In the basement, Mark found an old, rusted door slightly ajar. It led to a small room, cluttered with broken furniture and old books. On a wooden shelf, he discovered a journal. The pages were yellowed and filled with frantic handwriting, detailing the experiences of a previous resident who had vanished years ago. The last entry was dated the night before the resident disappeared. It read, "They're here. They come at night. They don't like to be seen. They'll take anyone who stays too long." A cold draft swept through the basement, and Mark's flashlight flickered. His phone, which had been recording the whole time, suddenly went black. Uneasy, he decided to leave. As he climbed the stairs, he heard a low, guttural whisper coming from behind him. It seemed to be calling his name. Mark reached the front door, but it wouldn't budge. Panicking, he turned around and saw shadows moving across the walls, coalescing into dark, formless shapes. The whispers grew louder, forming coherent words that sent chills down his spine. "You stayed too long." Desperate, Mark tried to force the door open, but it was as if something unseen was holding it shut. The shadows advanced, their forms growing more distinct and menacing. He felt icy fingers brush against his skin, and the whispers turned into a cacophony of cries and pleas. In a final burst of strength, Mark managed to break through the door and fled into the night. He didn't stop running until he reached the safety of the town. He turned around to see the house engulfed in darkness, the shadows seemingly absorbing all light around it. Mark never returned to that house, but the memories haunted him for the rest of his life. And sometimes, when the night was still and quiet, he would hear whispers in the dark, calling his name, reminding him that there were things in that house that were never meant to be seen, and they were still waiting for the next visitor.